This is UCTSS Abuja Workshop 2025 and it's happening here.
So my name is Aizehi Onoigboria. I'm the founder of United Clinical Trial Support Services.
I'm Adejoke Jegede. I'm the Senior Project Manager with United Clinical Trial Support Services here in Nigeria.
I'm Oini Princess.
I am Akisoya Glory.
So my name is Ololade Shuboale.
I'm Charles Eje. I'm Sajipati Promise.
Aliyah Jumba.
Islade.
Mumina Muibi.
I'm Dachunjene Yusuf.
I'm Babatunde Jeff.
Hello.
I'm Rukeya.
My name is Aliu Hassan from the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine.
A 300 level medical laboratory science student.
A student of medicine and surgery.
From Faculty of Law.
I'm a 200 level biological science student. And I'm from Department of Medicine and Surgery.
From the Department of Biological Science.
Medicine and Surgery.
Medicine and Surgery.
Medicine and Surgery.
And I'm here at building the next generation of clinical research.
Number one, I saw the potentials of what clinical research did in my life. And I thought about it. I'm like, if I had this knowledge when I was in uni or, in college or in the earlier years of my life, I know where I would have gotten to today. And because of that, I had that inspiration that, I just have to share this knowledge as much as possible. And that was why we curated this workshop for students in universities. And this is the maiden edition. This is the first one we've done. We had this workshop today in University of Abuja. We opened it up to every department in the school, and the turnout was fantastic. The engagement was mind-blowing.
Presently, we are looking to build a generation of clinical researchers here in Nigeria.
We had about 8 groups of students who came to present. The ideas they had, wow. We just need people to give them the money and these students will run with it. We talked about a lot of funding. We talked about the challenges of clinical research in Nigeria. We had facilitators that came from near and far away. They came and they supported us in this. And the reason why I started this company called United Clinical Trial Support Services is to help people like you. Is to help students. If I had me in my days, I wouldn't have spent time doing marketing for things that I didn't know about. I would have decided that this is where I'm going to be working, this is where I'm going to build my profession for the rest of my life.
So what we are looking at is that we have a younger generation in clinical research, which is something that is the percentage is quite low in Nigeria. So we are doing this from universities to universities, and we have started with UNIABUJA. We are hoping to scale it to every other universities in Nigeria to tell university students out there, especially sciences, that there is more to studying science than, okay, I've studied biology and I'm going to be a biology teacher, but that there are other options in clinical research career pathways. So it was fun and it was nice meeting with people from the University of Abuja, the lecturers and the deans. They're quite receptive, the CSOs and many others like that. So we look forward to having this in other universities and inviting them over to join us.
I hope to gain so much knowledge. I hope to understand more about clinical research and how I can apply it in my day-to-day life. I look forward to the breakout session the most so I could, connect with so many brilliant minds who are present here today.
And I am excited and happy to receive the training brought for us today. As somebody in medicine and surgery, I've been exposed to research before, and I'm really grateful that they are bringing it to other departments to see the opportunities in researches, because majority of people in Nigeria are not even aware of researches in what it's for and the importance of research in Nigeria. I am so excited for the breakout section.
And I look forward to gaining more insight on clinical research and how I can apply it to my own studies.
I'm most excited about the presentation section of the clinical research program. I do want to learn more about how to spread awareness to the public about clinical research. As a medical student, I have seen various cases of neglect from people because they don't know so much about clinical research, and then they end up doing more harm than good to themselves and to the society. So I think this program is one to train the public or inform the public about the advantages of clinical research in modern day medicine.
I got to know about this program, I think a week ago, through my friend, and honestly I've been open to learning about research, and luckily this event actually has given me this platform to learn how research works, what it's all about basically. So I know I'm going to have a good time. I'm ready, I'm waiting for the presentation sessions and everything.
I always look forward to getting into research, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I look forward to learning more about research. I look forward to the presentation, and I look forward to just having a very good time, and I'm very lucky to be here.
I'm very excited today to be in this workshop, as I learned that there are going to be a panel session where industry experts are going to be invited. I hope to gain more insight from them as a student who is interested in research, and these are things I love doing. I have passion for it. I hope to get more insight on the career path and the clinical research, which did mention here that is going to be discussed today. So I just hope to network with more people, researchers alike, and all that.
And what does artificial intelligence do? It collects data. You see, in your time, everybody has a mobile phone, right? You are using data for your mobile phone, you are collecting data. And that's what clinical research is about today. You gather data, you explore the data, you interrogate the data. But for you to be able to do that, everybody needs to work together to gather that information. You are ready to take on your future. Just say that I'm ready to take on my future. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Exciting. That's fantastic. So I'm going to be introducing our first guest speaker today. Dr. Ayuba is going to be sharing some information with us today. How many of us have our notes? Do you have your notes? So make sure you are taking notes. If you want to ask Dr. Ayuba any questions afterwards, please reach out to her.
Now, clinical research is a systematic study. Now, many of us are going to finish, and now those of us in our final year are going to finish with having to do a thesis. And a thesis is a study, a systematic study in whatever field. So clinical research is not any different. You will have to do a systematic study. Now, this particular study, what makes it clinical? Because it involves humans. If you are doing a research that does not involve humans, that probably you're using laboratory animals, you wouldn't call it clinical research. So many of us are used to hearing biomedical research and other kinds of research. But in this case, it involves humans, and that humans is the deciding factor. And that is what creates most of the other specific things that you have to do under this arm of research. Now, we've all looked at the definition on the slides, and we begin to realize that it bridges, the gap between whatever you found out in the laboratory, and translates it to what will be useful to each and every one of us. Next, please.
A clinical research coordinator, you manage the day-to-day operations, you coordinate participant schedules and documentation, and then you liaise between the participants and the research team. So you guys remember what I said I started as an administrator, right? So for me to go a leg or a role above, that means I become a coordinator. And what does it mean for you to coordinate? For instance, as Dr. Joy already mentioned, if we have a site is just basically a terminology that we use to describe a hospital in clinical research, all right? So if you have a site, the doctors who are the PIs, the principal investigators, or the research nurses, will not have the time to be running around. So your work as the coordinator is to do the legwork. So you are speaking to the research nurse, you are speaking to the doctors, you are speaking to the patients. So the patients are those that we refer to as participants.
So you have steps in protocol development, and one of them is your concept development. You identify research questions which we rightly talk about. Why are you doing this research? The rationale behind it. Sometimes you have acronyms like the SMART. Is this feasible? Is this achievable? Is it tenable? And then look at the time frame. Then you go ahead and do your study design. That's you choose the trial type, which we're going to discuss extensively as we go on. Questions are asked based on factors that have played in. This is the outcome of my finding. That is the case control study. And basically most times it just includes either the positive or the negative outcome. Then another thing we're talking about is the cohort study. A cohort study is a study that has been followed up. You know, you take, either you go to medical records of a person over a period of time, what we call incidents. You know, when you're talking about incidents, you're talking about a long duration of time. You're monitoring, for example, a period of, you're trying to detect the prevalence rate or the incidence rate of girls being prone to cancer.
At the beginning of the trial, how you design the trial helps in the risk mitigation and the risk management. And I think it's a very big topic that I was going to present, but just to tell them that I have tried to minimize most of what I have to say.
Thank you so much. And focus groups to assess community knowledge and information gaps. Town hall meetings, outreach programs, campus sensitization programs, educational materials like infographics, visual learning. You can implement all that, and training healthcare workers and students as research ambassadors.
And we learn about this clinical research by linking the university like we are doing here, the community at large, and even through the media, which is a very vast space for everybody in the country, Nigeria. We developed a clinical research app, which we can do this by creating a simple mobile app that helps educate people faster. We know that Nigeria now tech is in Nigeria. So creating a mobile app where they can educate people about clinical research, its importance, and its inclusiveness, why everybody should be part of it is very important.
So misinformation on social media and distrust has led to low uptake in certain regions in that particular scenario. So, according to a study, in the knowledge and perceptions of clinical research participants in Nigeria, about over 70% of Nigerians didn't know how new drugs were tested. This implies that research literacy is poor.
Most people don't understand it. Communities are left out. Students are barely involved. Media coverage is weak and confusing. The combination creates a cycle where knowledge is low, participation is minimal, and inclusion is slow.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Etidola Tuche, representing Team Scrum, and we are here to present a scalable model that can help strengthen clinical research capacity in Nigeria with the topic of interest, training and workforce development. What problem are we trying to solve? Many of us here can relate to the fact that even when we have keen interest in research, there is limited early stage research training for students in Nigerian universities. I'm sure we can all relate to that. And even for those of us that eventually, end up doing research, we do it in our final year, doing our final year project. With little exposure, little training. And most especially, even the support we get from our lecturers might not be effective enough because of the workload. Sometimes one project supervisor could have many students that he has to cater for. And eventually, we have students that graduate without practical research skills, leading to low national research output. And we can see that this is indeed a chain of, this problem is a chain of reaction.
So my question for you is this.
So in Nigerian university, there's a common problem. Would I call it a problem? Or there's a common situation where you have overcrowded classes, have overcrowded lecture halls, and very few lecturers to handle this overcrowded lecture hall. So how do you plan to implement a situation where there will be mentorship, like impactful mentorship, not just passive, but actually active mentorship, when you have a vast amount of students and very limited amount of lecturers?
All right. And also, we are only calling for motivated students. The reason why we have crowded classrooms is because some people just want to come and collect certificates. But with SCRA, we are calling on motivated students to come and join us. And also we are putting in hybrid learning platform where you can do it online and also physically, so that you can gain the clinical skills that you need physically.
When I mentioned proposed solution, it was not only the media app I talked about. I talked about establishing a national clinical research awareness network, which links universities, communities, and media. So it's not just the media part. The media part will most likely be used by the educated people in cities like this. But then I also talked about partnering with schools, NYSC, and even NGO, that's non-governmental organization, that will go to this rural area and let people know, go to primary school, so that people can start knowing about clinical research, not when they're in university, but right from when they're in primary school, they start knowing this thing. And by the time we set up such standards, by the time people are in universities, people are already aware of what they're coming to do, and it makes the generation, our generation, a better one.
Doctor, please come. The patient is reacting badly.
What? Did she take anything?
Yes, routine.
Oh, that's a routine job. Why is she reacting to this?
I didn't know she
experienced this case last week. Did you report it?
No, I didn't know it's this serious. I didn't know this reaction would be this serious.
No, this could have been prevented. This could have been prevented when reactions are ignored, when lives are not, when reactions are ignored, when routine drugs given are not recorded, their adverse effects are not recorded. This is what we call, and this is why we need pharmacovigilance. It is something that we are all involved in. Like the speaker mentioned earlier, that we are all involved in this research progress, in this research progress, and that is why we have to bring it back home and do things for ourselves. Pharmacovigilance, in simple terms, is just the science of collecting, assessing, monitoring, and preventing adverse reactions. Of course, when we take drugs, even as little as paracetamol, what works for me might not work for you. But then, do they report in the hospitals? Do they report? No. And that is why when we go on in producing more pharmaceutical products, we don't know what to work on and how we can actually advance this. And that's why we need pharmacovigilance.
Okay, so I have a few comments, and it goes for all the presenters as well. When you're making presentations, you did a good job. A round of applause for them. But I need to understand something. My comments are always to make it better. First of all, the time management is. If you spend so much time on your introduction, you will not have enough time to explain your procedure. You spend so much time telling us about your team, telling us what you want to do, but you did not have enough time to elaborate or expatiate on how we want to do it. We are that is a critical aspect. You know, when we were talking, the presenters earlier, we've spoken so much on how your protocol is going to be assessed. It's going to be reviewed. You can have a fantastic introduction, fantastic objectives, but the how is so important. And the how is also linked to, I was so excited with the question that man asked. Your how is also linked to your funding. Because that will determine whether you're giving us bogus data or you're giving us data that was actually generated. So it's very important that you narrow it down. The beauty of your presentation is that you listen to, and that's another thing, you need to be able to utilize the information you get few minutes before your presentation, incorporate it into your presentation. You speak to it. We can read your slides, but we need you to own it more than that. So you didn't answer the question of funding, because funding is going to determine most of your intervention. It's not cheap. I believe it's not cheap to get a digital app. Neither is it cheap to set up that network. You understand? You need to be able to identify what is already available.
Well, overall, your presentation was fantastic. You spoke to the audience. The solution you brought is to your today audience, and that makes it very unique. And I love how you were specific about your solution. Even for your pilot program, you already told us, oh, my MVP, this and this is where I am going to take it from. Which is, you have that foresight already. From there, everyone will see the scalability of your project. So it is a very fact. Please, like I said to the other persons, all of these ideas are doing. Please, we from the data area will always tell you, anything you have been able to observe, for you to know that there is a pain point here, it means that something is there, and you have identified those areas. You talked about your annual research showcase, and I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Fantastic. So if you are going to be having hubs, you know what hubs are? A research hub in Nigeria? Ah, beautiful. Please clap for them once again. Thank you.
Understand that your initiative is meant to bridge the gap between the literate people and the illiterate people. So you want to block the divide. So I want to understand how you intend to fund it and how you intend to be accessible to these villagers. I don't understand English, for example. I don't understand English. How do you intend to speak to me in my language? How do you intend to, I cannot use a mobile app. How do you intend to make me to be able to use that mobile app? Or what other initiatives do you want to develop to come to the grassroots level? I don't know if it's clear.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Abdul.
Department level.
Medical lab science.
Level.
It's on the level.
Okay, thank you. Did you get this question?
So many people, if they have a little sign or reaction, the next thing they talk about is antibiotics. So to you as a medical professional, what can you advise a layman on the disadvantages and the essence of antibiotics?
Okay, my name is Ibubechu Eugene. I'm a medical student, 200 level. So how do you plan on achieving this?
The doctor will expatiate on that, but it's in place. It has different layers. The right for them to withdraw because it's a voluntary thing for them to be part of the trial. And the fact that you should have explained the benefit risk, the ratio should be in such a way that the benefits of that research outweighs the risk. You can't put them at risk just because you want to get your data. Some of those things, the laws are in place. And that's why I said all over the world, even though there may be little changes or differences, there are some that are standard. And that is that Helsinki Declaration, as well as the good clinical practice. Those are things that are standard. It's usually just the government, the body with oversight function that differs from country to country. And
sorry, let me just add something to what she said on observational studies. A few moments ago, we were all excited by Ozempic, Monjaro, Wegovy, and all those ones that are now used in treatment of obesity and overweight. These drugs were never designed in pharmacology to manage these conditions. They were actually designed to treat diabetes. But it was observed that patients who had diabetes and were taking these medications were losing weight. And people now over time now investigated whether these drugs can now be used in weight loss. In pharmacology, it's called drug repositioning or repurposing. However, it is from the observational data, this observational study, that this information came out to them. So observational studies are actually very useful. And when you talk of the first 4 clinical trials, some of them are just observational studies, real world data to look at what happens when people have started to do these works. Because you should remember, during this process of clinical trials, the number of participants that are recruited for these studies are not many, maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now you have started using it for a population, and the Nigerian population is more than 400 million. Then you start giving everybody the drugs, and that is where you now you see a lot of things based on genetic variation, differences in age, and all that. Thank you.
I believe that answers most of your questions.
Yeah. I don't know particular order. Team recap. Where's team recap? Team recap. Okay, you guys got 6/10. Let's clap for them. Let's jam our hands for them. That was fantastic. They got above average. I'm sure you've taken all the notes and all the information the judges have given you. So take it on board. Make sure you are applying that as necessary. Team Valentine. 6/10 as well. Let's clap our hands. They had a very, very difficult topic, you know. Titans. Where's Titans? Titans. 6/10. Let's clap for them. Fantastic. Well done. So the competition is getting steeper right now. Research Rangers, where are they? Okay, Research Rangers, 7/10. Let's clap for them. Fantastic. So we actually have prizes for first, second, and third place. So first, we'll take the prize of 100,000, of 70,000, and then the third will take consolation prizes. So we'll give you any of our gifts that we have. Is that okay? All right. So let's go. In no particular order. Team Eclipse, 8/10. Team Quantum, 9/10. Team Scrap. Team Scrap. Where is Team Scrap? Team Scrap, 9.5/10. Calm down, come and show yourself. They are the winners of 100,000 naira. And just 3 of them did it. Can we see Team Quantum? Team Quantum, where are you? Team Quantum, they are the winners of 70,000 naira. Let's clap for them. Fantastic, well done. Every single one of you did brilliantly well. And then Team Eclipse, where's Team Eclipse? Well done, guys. We will present some gifts to you. So please, can we have all the winners? Can you all come out? Let's just take quick pictures. And we will transfer the cash to you. We will transfer cash. So we are not going to say for a connect check. Just give us the account number now. Make effort. I mean, everybody agreed that these guys were absolutely passionate. They were passionate, you know. They were passionate. They did a brilliant job. Yeah, okay. Let's go, guys. Let's go quickly. All right, let's find out. So let us take this out. And everybody,
my name is Aliu Hassan Oluwatobi, the team lead, and then the team is about a student-led clinical research acceleration hub that brings about training and how we can increase the learned workforce for clinical research. With me are my team members.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Alatishe, a member of Team SCRA, and we are building the next clinical research hub for students to engage in and learn the nitty-gritty of research, even right from their early days in the university.
Good day. My name is Akian Lalafemi Emmanuel, a member of the Team SCRA. Our year today, we've done the presentation, and it was a very, very beautiful. We thank the UCTSS, the United Clinical Trial Support Services, for this program. It was a very insightful program. I want to say thank you to the sponsors, to the organizers. Thank you so much.
We felt so excited, though we did not see it coming, but it was actually soul uplifting.
He said he didn't see it coming, but to be honest, I saw it coming. It's not overconfidence, but I know the efforts we put into this, and I'm really glad that it paid off at last. And our experience here was indeed very splendid. Thank you to the organizers. You all did a very great job, and I'm so happy to have been a beneficiary of this. And my team members and I are super glad and thankful to you all.
See, this experience taught me a lot of things about clinical research. It taught me about the intervention and the observation. You know, the observation is just when you observe people, the public, and how they react to certain drugs and everything. But intervention is when you actually like bring them in for a clinical research, and you take the observations in order to make a for any clinical observation, maybe to make a drug or something. So it has actually taught me a lot, and I say thank you to UCTSS for this initiative.
The research actually helped a lot to change my perception on clinical research. I've learned so much, and I know that there's so much that the clinical space has to offer me, and I also have to offer it as a medical student who would eventually become a medical doctor. I've learned the nitty-gritties of research, and I've been made to understand better by the facilitators all that it takes to go into the research field.
Going forward, I'm excited about the data collection and data management skills that was taught, and then how we can actually be able to make sure that the data collected are secured, and then there is privacy in the data collected.
Yes, definitely. I see myself going into the clinical research field. With all of the knowledge acquired at this conference or workshop, I will definitely go into the clinical research field, and I'm also grateful for all the knowledge I've acquired to ensure that I have the right footing in going into this field.
Okay, very much. I see myself particularly pursuing clinical research in future, and that is the basic reason we have SCRA, so that motivated students like us can actually get hands-on skills and later on advance on the skill that we have and pursue an occupation in clinical research.
Yes, for me, of course, I will also want to be involved in this clinical research, because this program actually taught me a lot, and I just have a lot of topics in mind that I want to research on for this clinical research, and of course, I'm going to go into clinical research. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Akise Glory, and we are Team Quantum. We are live at United Clinical Trial Support Services, and together with me is...
My name is Edache Gabriel.
My name is Babatunde Jeffrey.
I am Lovia Oklem. Mumina Muibi.
Thank you so much. I felt very, very happy. I felt happy, excited, and I felt like hard work actually pays off, because we having meetings, we've been having plannings for this. It didn't just come by luck. So I really thank God, and I am happy, and I know my other team members are happy as well.
It has taught me a lot, actually. It has taught me that as a student, I can fall into the field of clinical research, and I really benefited a lot from this opportunity.
Oh yes, the workshop has definitely increased whatever I thought I knew about clinical research. As a medical student, I now know I can make use of my knowledge, even though I'm still an undergraduate, and put it into clinical research hubs and other networks, and increase my reach and help with various awareness programs in the country.
Okay, one practical skill I think I picked up that I would want to point out to particularly is ethical considerations, and then particularly ethical considerations is taking of approvals from the various bodies that I would need to take approvals from before carrying out any research.
Okay, one standout moment for me was when my teammate and I went on stage to talk about clinical research, how public awareness will increase the rate at which we get clinical trials done in the country, and how this can, in total, help us to build our own clinical research facility, or support or work in collaboration with other clinical research workshops like UCTSS.
Yes, personally, I've worked on a research with somebody before, and this is what even brought me or pushed me to be here today. So I would furthermore my journey in clinical research.
Yes, of course. I'm very much interested in clinical research, and moving forward, I hope to go more into clinical research.
I see myself probably doing something related to clinical research, especially oncology in this field of cancer. Yes, I do see myself being a good clinician in the future.
After this workshop, I see myself as someone who is more eager to use my line of profession or my line of study currently, which is medicine and surgery, to use my line of profession to go more into clinical research, and also to create awareness around people that are surrounding me. To create awareness with people that are surrounding me anytime I'm delegated to prescribe any drug or to give any presentation on my area of study?
For me, definitely. I love research, and this workshop has just given me the expo. So I can fall into it. I see myself doing it in the future.
We are Team Eclipse. We presented on pharmacovigilance and drug safety monitoring. My name is Abdul Jabbar Umar Shuaibu, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, 500 level.
My name is Zainab Ajoke Yusuf from the Faculty of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, 300 level.
My name is Genevieve Chama Kanweke, 200 level student of Medical Laboratory Science.
My name is Nana Hawala, 300 level Microbiology, Faculty of Science.
My name is Fabatunde Bolatferi Hannah, a 200 level student of the Faculty of Law.
The Clinical Research Associate. I'm really interested in it, and I want to do more research on it. Maybe I can go into that field. It is really something that I look forward to being into.
Okay, so basically, as a team, it's so surprising that we've actually never met each other before. So we come in here today and getting to see each other, the cooperation, and for the fact that we later came out to be the third position, it was something I was never expecting. But then to sum it all up, we came out, even with our tribal differences and everything, we still came together as a team and were able to be somewhere. And that is what stood out for me the most today.
I was very excited. Actually, everyone put in a very much effort, and we work really as a team, and this shows that how far we can go with the clinical research and every aspect of medical research, and we are very excited.
Initially, I was thinking clinical research is all about what you do in the lab. It's all about medicine, drugs, and the treatment. But as I came here today, I realized that anywhere you are, any department that you belong to, you can work as a clinical researcher.
Yes, it did greatly. With the knowledge we were equipped with by the organizers. And personally, I want to actually appreciate the organizer for giving us such invaluable insight on this particular topic that we feel like it is not necessary in the healthcare system. Of course, it greatly changed my perspective on clinical research, that we are all involved. Even the market women, everybody in the system are involved in clinical research.
We are Team Scra, and we are live at the UCTSS Workshop, University of Abuja.
This is Team Quantum, and we are live at UCTSS 2025 Workshop.
We are Team Eclipse. We are live at
UCTSS
2025.
Keep watching.
I cannot thank everybody enough, my team especially. I mean, I can tell you that I felt like a participant in this whole workshop because my team ran everything. Joke, who is our senior project manager, took lead. She worked with our content creator, Precious Okafor, and Benga Ajibola. Benga is based in Ilorin, Precious is based in Lagos, Joke is based in Abuja, and I am based in London. And can you imagine the feats that we were able to pull off? It was amazing. Fantastic turnout, fantastic organization. So here I'm giving my team their flowers. They are not here with me right now. They are not standing here with me because they're still organizing behind the scenes. So I'm giving them their flowers. I want to say thank you guys. I love you so much. You know where we are going to. United Clinical Trials is going to explode. We are going to be the #1 contract research organization in the whole of Africa, and also to start to showcase the possibilities in the horizon within Africa. So thank you so much for everyone that participated in this. We've spoken to some of the students. They loved it. I've received a lot of good feedback from lots and lots of students. Everybody's looking forward to more of this. So we are coming to another university very soon. We are not going to tell you, but look out, watch this space, and we'll announce it soon. Thank you very much. Peace out.